Welcome to episode 2 of Off the Mat. This week we have a powerlifter, bodybuilder,
Bit of both,
bit of
a mixture,
versus a jiu-jitsu guy. It's a bit of a tricky one, and it's a bit non-genuine. I love those gun show from the back. Hold on a minute. It's a bit disingenuous because Luke is a blue belt under me. Been training jiu-jitsu 3 years?
Nearly 3 years.
Nearly 3 years, okay. So you're going to have to cast your brain back a bit.
No, 3 years and a bit, but we had COVID.
We did, yeah, but we didn't train during COVID.
No, of course not.
We didn't do it. No. Elite exemption. Thank you very much. Right. So you have to cast your brain back, right? Because what the story I'm really interested in, and this isn't me interviewing you, this is a conversation, okay?
Yeah, sure.
I really want to get that across with this podcast. It's not an interview. It's not a fight. It's just a conversation, okay? But I'm really interested to like the start bit and where you are now. Obviously, we'll get to that bit. But the very first bit. So when we used to talk, and I used to talk to you about coming down and training. Like, what did you expect? How did it go? And like, you know, obviously coming in with all that strength and all that power, which you clearly do have. No one's saying you don't have that.
Yeah.
So what was it like at the start?
Oh man, I remember. Well, we used to work together. I remember we used to talk about it.
You used to call me gay.
Yeah. I had no idea what jiu-jitsu was, did I? I remember that.
Yeah.
You'd show me videos and clips. I was like, okay, cool. And I went to lift weights or whatever. But then I remember, so my first jiu-jitsu day with you, my first day was New Year's Day 2020.
Damn.
That's the first day.
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Cool.
The other location.
The
older premises.
Where was that?
It's over there somewhere. And I remember going thinking, okay, I know it's legit. I'm excited. I have no idea what I'm going to get myself into. And I believed it. I knew my strength won't mean anything.
Oh, really?
I knew it wouldn't.
So from the back?
Right from the back, I knew I was going to... This is where it gets interesting. I knew I was going to get killed and I knew it wasn't going to serve me.
Yeah.
My strength. But at the same time, I couldn't visualize it. So I was like, come on, maybe I can just, my first class, eye-opening. Everyone kind of went easy on me. It was all chilled out. It was the second class.
Oh, okay.
Second class was the bit that got me. I don't know. It might have been Carmel or it might have been her. I can't remember, or another girl or something. We did the class. Part of the girl to have our first roll with a girl, and I was like, okay. So in my head, I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay. I know I'm going to get killed. They're better than me. I couldn't see it. I was like, right. If I can just get hold of her, hold her down, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say we could. Boom. We went, and then it was just poof. Fuck it, someone's on my back. Next thing you know, I was out.
Yeah.
And I remember laughing to myself. I was like, I can't believe that just happened. All my strength meant nothing.
Really?
And it was so.
Yeah.
It was, and I was like, not annoyed. I was like, damn. But at the same time, I was so glad at the same time that it happened because it really is a superpower, and it made me respect it. Yeah. I was like, I can learn this. I can learn this.
All that stuff I've been saying to you in the office, and you're like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, dude, come and try it. You'll love it. It was interesting for me to watch that happen. And I can remember the first couple of sessions. I remember
it was all a whirlwind.
Mark
for
Bearpack was there for one of them.
Yes, he was for my first class.
That was the very first one.
Okay. First class.
And I remember sort of you guys talking. You must have known each other from the Atlas,
from Atlas and Kings,
And I remember being like, it's going to be really interesting to watch. And then but it was kind of like I remember seeing you rolling. But you weren't like, I've seen some people come from the weightlifting environment down, and I mentioned on last week's podcast that we used to be EP used to be above us here, and they'd come downstairs and they'd roll and they'd just get a bit humiliated if I'm honest, and then they'd go upstairs, you never see them again. Whereas for you didn't turn your back and run from that process. You were like, ooh, okay, well, I want some of this.
This is something I could do that to other people.
Well, I also remember being really surprised at how agile he was. Do you think that's like most powerlifters would have that agility?
No.
Because that really, because like you, like to look at you, I would say there's not much rubber guard coming out of this guy. There's not much of the more inverted sort of techniques coming out. But you're good at all that shit. That seems to be like, if anything, I'd say rubber guard's one of your strongest parts of your game. So, which was interesting. I remember thinking to myself, I wonder whether that's just be like something to do with the weight training and the range of motion you guys go through. Is it like opening up your hips? Or?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it is just person by person.
Yeah.
I've always been a slim kid. I started gym when I was 20. I'm 36 now.
Yeah.
I think because I've always been naturally a slim person, I've always been flexible. I did a lot of skateboarding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've always had sort of loose sort of hips for it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't know I was classed as flexible. I just
No.
thought everyone could be like that.
Okay, cool. So you're in that position now then where you're like, I've got this strength, but it's not as practical as I thought it'd be
Not
for
at all.
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
I found it took after about a year. I remember about after a year of training with you, my strength started to serve me a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was only when, like, you can have all the strength in the world, but I realized if you can't apply it with technique, it's useless.
Yeah.
So when I knew I could do certain moves and certain things, I did them powerfully, it worked. I was like, oh, so that's when it took a year though.
So about 12 months, and then you started to reintroduce the strength in the
where
right
it was
areas.
applicable.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
How do you feel your cardio is carrying around all this meat? And again, it's not questions are wrong. It's not an interview, but it's like, you know,
no. I reckon
I'm just interested to know.
my cardio, if I'm consistently coming, is all right.
So it's terrible then.
So it's terrible because I've been spotty as hell recently.
Well, you know, you got your own business and stuff like that. But yeah, so you think it's not like that much of a hindrance to carry all
Not
that
really,
meat?
because I've got a lot of muscle, but I haven't really got a lot of muscle.
No.
Not really.
It looks like you have.
If you, this guy. No, if you compare like what you see in the broader world of even you see on Instagram all the jiu-jitsu guys, there's other black belts much bigger than I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's just down to
Yeah,
my
but
lack of fitness.
those black belts are taking steroids, and clearly,
Yeah, that ain't me.
there's a reason why we call you juicy.
Yeah, that ain't me.
Yeah. So cardio, and I'll say like your speed of passing and getting to new positions is unreal. I'd say you struggle a bit with flow rolling when we do the flow rolls.
Guilty.
Every now and again, you hit that NOS button.
It just happens.
What's weird with trying to get you to flow roll, and not all gyms flow roll. I'm a big advocate of flow roll, and I think it's really good as part of your warm up. You know, I wouldn't say you got to be doing it for 10 rounds, you know, but as part of your warm up, I think it's really good. I actually think it improves your jiu-jitsu, if I'm really honest. But with you flow roll until the point where you're supposed to flow roll, and that's where you go, boom!
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, stop!
I can't help it sometimes.
Yeah. What do you reckon that is? Do you reckon that's just like?
I think I just get excited.
Everything.
It's like, this is sick, go.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's just that.
Because
I feel warmed up straight away. I'm like, come on, just.
I'm a fine one to talk because for years my coach Mick Bruston would say to me,
come on.
But that was more of if I'm honest, that was more of like I would feel them driving into me a bit heavy, and then I would go back a bit heavier.
That's what I do.
And it's just a spiral, which just gets worse and worse.
Like when we flow roll.
Yeah, but with you, I was wondering because of the years of like powerlifting, whether it was like everything has to be done with that explosive force, like, and whether that's a hard habit to break. Because,
I don't know. Because I found this.
Yeah.
You know, at 32, 33.
Yeah, quite late.
I've been lifting weights for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Whereas I'm the opposite. I didn't start lifting weights until I was 10 years into my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I was always under the mask. So I terribly heard Marcelo Garcia once say, somebody asked him, where'd you get your cardio from? Where'd you get your strength training from? And he just went, I just roll. I just get it in here. I just roll. And like me as like a 20-something-year-old kid, like who just wanted to roll, was like, cool. I don't need to do any weights. I don't need to do any running. I don't need to hit the road. And I just rolled. And then, like, you know, now I'm 42 and I'm like, yeah, I need to do some weights.
It's good that you found it though. I told you.
Yeah,
I said you would love it.
That was your influence, to be fair. Yeah, I'll never go to the gym with you again after that last time.
Yeah, come on.
No way, man! You killed me.
No,
that was savage. That was hard work. Is that how you train every time, or was you just showing off?
No. It's just standard. You get used to it. You get used to it.
Comments below. 10th Planet Banbury members, Frey, people like that. Was he showing off? We did about a 2.5 hour session.
It wasn't 2.5 hours. Well,
it felt like. No.
You
took me to hell and back, bro. I was dying in that session. 2 weeks before.
You wouldn't be
fucking
like
Polaris.
that now.
No,
Hashtag
true.
just saying.
Yeah, you are right. I know. And to be fair, I never ever thought I'd say this, but I've actually fallen in love with the weights room now. I actually like it. Like, I don't do the stuff that you would want me to do, and I don't do it as hard as you'd want me to do, because it's always, for me, and it's probably vice versa for you. I'd be surprised if it's not. But for me, weight training and cardio training is for jiu-jitsu. Everything is jiu-jitsu. Yeah. For me, this is my career, it's my job.
That's that competitive part.
So when I go to weights training, I always like to leave a couple in the chamber. So I never rep to fail. I don't know what my bench 1 rep max is. Couldn't tell you, because I always go until I feel like I've got about 2 left.
We gotta know.
See that little face?
We gotta know.
That's the power lifter. We gotta know. I'm like, like, no, I got to roll. Like, I need to come to the gym. Like, I got legs tomorrow, and I'm like, all right, go, but don't go too mad, because you got to roll again Monday morning, you know. So you can't go too mad. And that's the thing for me. Like, it's always a supplement for my jiu-jitsu, whereas for you,
to be fair, I'm your classic hobbyist.
Yeah,
in both departments.
Yeah, because you don't
jiu-jitsu, I'm a hobbyist.
Yeah,
I don't compete in any powerlift or any weight stuff like that.
So what's that about then?
I just enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing that.
But I feel like you're quite a competitive person. Like
in what way?
Well, just like knowing you, like as a mate, coming up together for a good few years. We've been mates for quite a while now, haven't we? You remember?
Oh, 2017.
When you came to.
We started working.
Remember we were supposed to be working, and we were playing that game pool.
We
would get so competitive.
Get the phone out.
Yeah, your little card.
One second.
Out. I remember seeing you use your debit card, and I was like, "Oh, damn, you can do that." So then I started cheating as well. So you're quite. So the competitive nature is in you, but just not for this sort of stuff.
No, this never has, and we've spoken on it before, and some of the other guys. I just love doing it as a game. I didn't have that. Like my brother, my brother trains here, and I got him here.
Who's your brother?
Fraser.
Fraser.
You might have seen him about.
Oh,
he's really small.
With the lesbian haircut.
Yeah.
White belt. White
belt Frey. Yeah. So no, Frey. Obviously, he got his purple belt.
Yeah, and well, dude. Yeah, quickest one I've ever given.
Yeah, that is awesome work.
Credit where
He's got this real competitiveness about him. He loves competing. You'd think would be the same, but just don't. I'm just not there the way he is.
Karate guys in our room.
Karate, killing it.
So because Frey is quite competitive.
He is, yeah.
So I've got to say, if someone like you walked in the gym and I didn't know you, which obviously I did when you did, so it's fine, I would assume you're going to be hyper competitive. If I'm really honest, I'd keep an eye on you rolling with my guys. I'd just be like, just in case, let's keep an eye on this dude, make sure he's not.
In case freak out.
Well, in case you're being a douchebag and you start ragging people around, you know. And that was always my. I didn't have any concerns with you because I knew you and I knew you were sound, but people like you. When the guys came from EP, there was a guy came down and no word of a lie, he had a big tiger's tooth on a necklace.
Oh, wicked!
And it was like he was swag.
Oh, I like that.
Leopard print jacket come off and it was like, who's gone? I'm gonna go. And I was like, all right, well I'll go first. Let's just test this guy out. And he was frantic, but you know, he ain't going to hurt anybody because he didn't have the ability to hurt anybody. But
he got murdered,
you do get they're dangerous people because there's elbows and limbs flying around.
Yeah, they hurt
and obviously there's a big, powerful limb, so you just got to be careful, you know. Not in a flirty way.
Thanks,
this isn't Brokeback Mountain 2, mate. But yeah, so I find it interesting that you're not competitive. And you really, like, I've watched you. It's not pretend. It's not like a nerve. Some people say they're not competitive because they're nervous. They have that fear of failure, which I can relate to really bad. It's a horrible thing to get it. I've got to say, it took me years to become comfortable with losing. Especially being a coach and owning the gym. I remember working in the old place. I really resented competing because I really didn't want to let the team down.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm at a point where I'm like, well, come on, man, have a go.
You look at it differently, don't you?
Well, I just feel like there's not much left to prove in terms of like to myself, and that's there's only one type of respect that matters in the world. That's self-respect, right?
Yes.
So if you're walking around without that need to prove that to yourself, then that's a gift, really. I am too now, but I didn't get it for free. So I'm 40 years old, and it's only the last year or so, I'd say, where I'll compete at anything, anytime, wherever, and honestly,
let's fucking go!
But not even in that way. Not even like, oh, I'm gonna fucking take everyone. But just in like, yeah, man, I'd like to roll. Let's have a roll. You know, like, and I never thought I'd get. I remember seeing people like that. Some of my team were like that. And I was so jealous of the fact that they would just be like, oh, whatever, I'll get in there, I don't care. I really did care. Like, I really didn't want to lose in front of people. But it's not that with you. You honestly you're just not competitive like that.
No, never have been.
Cool. And like, there's no way I could talk you into competing. You're just not bothered.
No, there's never say never, but I'd need to be backing consistently. And if it was to pop in my head, I would do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's not there where you see some of the guys come in, or like say Fraser, my brother, you see it, they're just like, they need it.
Yeah.
And I look at it and go, wow, man, that's awesome.
It keeps you going. Like for me,
wow, that's awesome.
If I haven't got, so I was injured to start this year, if I haven't got something coming up, I struggle to keep, I love coaching. If I could be so bold, I feel like it's what I was put on the planet to do. I love coaching people. I never get bored of it. Even when I'm tired, I love it. But like, competition, like if I like the diet, the weight training, like those bits I was talking about earlier. If I haven't got a competition coming up, like I was 88 kilo like 2 months ago, and then
what are you now?
81.
Nice.
So I've got to be 80 next week. Well, no, 82 now because the guy's just like asked for 2 extra kilos.
Cool.
So I'm on weight now. I was supposed to be doing Polaris Saturday, but unfortunately the match fell through, so I should be back out in March. But you know, so that would have been 80 kilo next week. But with those 2 competitions in mind, and Zion, I did Zion. It just gives me that extra something I need, you know.
So
and whereas if you don't have the need for that, so I suppose the next question for you is,
we get a KFC afterwards.
no, I can't. Still got to be in good shape.
Right,
I'll go to the gym afterwards.
Go
on. Not with you.
You going to gym tonight?
No, I've already been. Today. It's my second session of the day. I'm not going. I
was
won't
ready.
go with this dude again. So my next question to you is then,
sir.
what keeps you coming then?
I like the people.
Yeah.
I love the people.
Yeah.
Love the guys. I love it. It's a game, isn't it? It's like a game of chess. I love the game of it.
Rogan calls it chess with dire consequences.
Yeah,
I love that.
And I remember him saying that. I asked myself, my wife says to me, why do you keep going with it? There's something about it. You carry it everywhere you go. It builds your confidence in yourself. It's a self-defense thing. It is a superpower. It's all just there. There's all those things, and it's a game.
Yeah.
You're rolling to do. It's a game, and it's something that you can. It's like learning a language, isn't it? You can just learn it piece by piece.
I think so.
And you never complete it.
Yeah, I would
which I like
say
the idea of it.
No, you never complete it.
That's also the appeal.
Yeah.
It's just endless.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going.
Okay, cool. How long do you think it'll be till you get a purple belt?
I literally have no idea.
You got to turn up.
That's it. I need to turn up. I need to turn up because
Yeah.
I haven't been for the last few months.
You've been.
I've been a couple of times, but I'm like
yeah.
a week off and a 2 week.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But
I suppose as a hobbyist, as you say,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I miss it not coming in consistently.
That's the main thing. And I say that to
miss
people
it.
when people stop coming. And if they pop back in for a session, I always say, look, I won't pester you. Do whatever you want to do. But if you tell me you've fallen out of love with it, fine, I'll leave you to it. Go do your thing.
Yeah.
If you tell me you still love it,
No, I do.
I'm going to pester you.
Oh yeah, and
I'm going to keep on your
I
case.
like it that you do.
Well, and I always
like seeing
will.
that WhatsApp, and I'm like, oh, I can't. It's like great. He's just done this. No, but don't stop doing that.
Yeah,
I like it that it makes me feel
I
shit when I can't come in. When you're like, dude, you're coming in
because
because it makes me go. Yeah, I know. I love it. I know a lot. And Stacey's like, I said,
and you're better for
difficult.
it. You'll be better off for it.
I know,
that's the thing.
I know.
But then you are.
I know I'm going to.
How often do you train weights a week? I suppose that's the question, isn't it? Like, so
3 or 4.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
3 or 4.
So it's not.
The only difference with it is for weights I can get in is it's not class. I can just I'm working in Milton Keynes where I work in the gyms in Milton Keynes. I can be a between job out bump them. Yeah. It's just so easy just to flippantly do it. It's like going out and getting some food.
Yeah, which you do a lot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I suppose
I know I'm going to get my time here. I know it's going to come.
Yeah,
I know my time is that I'm going to be able to come in and get back.
Well, I
to my
suppose the thing is you got your powerlifting. You're a new father, newish. What, 9 months
She's
now?
2.5.
2.5
She's 2.5 years old.
No.
My girl's 2.5 years old, dude.
I got time.
Yeah, of course
flies,
she is.
Man. I literally thought you were going to say 9 months. Jesus, man, time flies. That's that last time I've seen you.
Oh my god! This guy.
You've had 2.5 years off.
Yeah, 2.5. Not a chance.
Yeah, so you got all that to go. You got all that going on, and plus the squeegee jiu-jitsu, and we're not local to you, are you? You drive a fair whack
about 40
to get
minutes
to it. So yeah, man. So you do it. To be fair,
I'm doing the best I can at this moment.
Yeah, and you're doing all right. So okay, then fast forward. Then last bit before we close up.
All right.
What's it like now? Then now that you're a blue belt, you've got a fair understanding of the game. You've got a load of tech to play with. I'd say you've got your own style, and you've got that strength behind it. How's it feel now? Do you use that strength more now than you would have at the start? Or?
I'm using it less.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Less and less.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I'm rolling with some big dudes, i.e. Pat and stuff, power's got to come out sometimes.
Yeah.
When they're squishing you
of course,
down.
Yeah. That's what. To be fair, that's what it's for. So obviously for you, competition. Jim Bob, yeah, he's a nightmare. So he's 94. It's 95, something like that. So
I'm about 94 at the moment.
Purple belt as well. He's a beast. Yeah. So I find when I'm at like 85 to 87, which is fat for me. I can handle myself much better against you big guys. So when I'm at 81, even though it's all belly, I like to think it's all like, like old man belly going, it still feels like I lose power a bit.
I know what you mean.
So like the big guys now for me, but that like competition's not an issue for you. So for you, it's not like, like I said,
when I'm in, just because it's involuntary cardio, isn't it? Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm in consistently and like 4 or 5 times a week, after about 2 weeks, I sit at 89.
89.
And I feel wild at 89. I
Do
feel
you?
sharp. I feel slim.
Yeah. Belly's not in the way, so you can invert. Yeah, man.
It's interesting, isn't it?
That's saying well.
That's my sweet spot, I think.
Dude,
89
at
is where I feel
88,
good.
I felt awful. Like,
88, you felt shit?
Oh, yeah, that was when I was injured. My knee was injured, couldn't roll, couldn't do anything.
Okay,
couldn't
yeah,
do
yeah,
weights,
yeah.
couldn't do anything. I literally could do upper body, that was it.
Mm.
But then now down at 80, oh yeah, feels back to normal again,
Yeah.
starting to roll again. But, you know, wicked, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Keep training, keep doing what you're doing. Stop being such a juicy meathead, throwing people around. And, you know, if you keep crushing these little kids, I'm going to have to kick you out of the gym. Good to have you on, man.
Cheers, man. Ugly shit feet.
Unique New York.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?
You're a real pirate hooker. I'm going to punch you right in the ovaries.
Hey everyone! Come see how good I look!